Don't let me stray. Please guide my way onto the path of my being. Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, I'm calling your name. Oh, Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome to this evening's edition of Let's Talk, of course, on your favorite channel, Huda TV. Please support us on social media via Facebook, www.facebook.com/Huda TV, as well as Twitter, which is Huda TV channel. We also have our YouTube, which is up and running with recorded, uploaded programs, as well as live streaming, which should be helpful for you guys that are out of our satellite range, perhaps in Nigeria or other parts of the world. That's youtube.com/Huda TV. Please do support us, like us, and share us on Facebook, and share those videos so we can get an understanding of what you guys want and what you guys would like to see on this channel, your channel, Huda TV. Of course, give me an email also at talk@huda.tv if you would like to suggest ideas for programs or potential guests as well. This episode, inshallah, we will be speaking about another interesting topic geared towards youth, perhaps. This is a topic that will be especially beneficial for youth going through a certain period of doubtfulness, perhaps, or of uncertainty. And that is to reassure you guys that the best cure for everything, of course, is Islam, and that Allah has given us everything we need to know in the Quran and the Sunnah to help us through difficult times that we may be facing in our personal lives or in our academic careers and professions as well. So you guys, let me start by introducing my four esteemed guests, and I'll let you guys introduce yourselves one by one. Assalamu alaikum. Brother, tell me where you're from, your full name, what you're doing here. Alaikum salam. Go ahead.
Alaikum assalam. My name is Muhammad Yathrib. I'm from Nigeria. I'm here in Azhar University in the Faculty of Islamic Studies and Arabic.
Great. So this is your first year, second year?
This is my second year.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah,
now
I'm going to the third year now.
Okay, wonderful. Inshallah. Now, what part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from I'm from
What city?
from the northern part of Nigeria.
What city?
From Kano.
Okay, great. Okay, we made Hajj last year by the grace of Allah, and we did see a lot of pilgrims from Kano State, and they wear those clothes, mashallah. So you speak Hausa or Fulani, or?
Yeah, I speak Hausa and English only.
Okay, great, inshallah. Yeah, Karatu? Yeah, Gilda.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you, brother. I have to learn more, inshallah. Brother, go ahead. Introduce yourself. Talk to us about where you're from. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Nazif Abu Bakr by name, Nigerian by nationality.
Great. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
And
Azhar University. I study at Azhar University.
yes.
Languages, Faculty of Languages and Translation.
Great, mashallah. Now, did you guys learn Arabic before you came to Egypt? You already had studied in your countries?
Yeah.
In your country?
Yeah.
You already were fluent?
I'm a graduate from Arabic high school in Nigeria.
Oh, wonderful. Is it Azhar High School?
No, it's not an Azhar high school. It's the high school established by Al-Muntada Al-Islami from England.
Oh, great. Mashallah, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
In
Great.
Plateau State.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, excellent. And you too, brother?
Yeah, me too. I took a 3-year course, Arabic course.
Before you came?
Before I came here
Yeah,
in
mashallah, great.
Nigeria.
Allah bless you. Thank you, guys.
So,
All right, brother, introduce yourself, where you're from, your name, what's going on.
My name is Sulaiman Barry. I'm from Guinea-Conakry in the village they call Telimile.
Okay.
And I'm a student in Cairo here, and I'm a student in Azhar University.
So did you also study Arabic in your country before you arrived, or you began studying here?
No, before I arrived here, I started there, like I was in primary, 6
Oh,
years.
okay. So you learned pretty well standard Arabic, and now you're trying to master the local dialects.
Yeah, like before I came here, it was like my Arabic wasn't good, you know.
But now I see you talking, slang words and everything.
Now I can try, because like any language, if you want like to speak it with like the people who own the language, you have to live with them, you know.
Yes.
To do a lot of practice.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just like English, you know.
Like,
if you learn it in a book, then you travel to English-speaking country, you'll be confused once you hear the people, how they speak, the way they use words, because every word, it has a different meaning perhaps than what you read in the dictionary, right? So good. Okay. So practice some of this local Arabic. Can you give me some local Arabic here?
Oh, كيف حالك?
Now get to the last guest, inshallah ta'ala. Please tell me where you're from, your name, and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Abdurrahman Ata. I'm the only one here from Egypt, as usual. 22 years old. I'm a senior student at Al-Azhar University, Faculty of Languages and Translation, and that's it.
Okay, so this is your last year, so inshallah you'll graduate this year?
Yes, I've been studying Arabic all my life.
And what about next year? What are your plans? Will you continue with Azhar into graduate school, or what do you have planned for the future?
For the future, either I'll start my own business, or I'm gonna just go on with the study in the faculty just to get my MD, master degree.
Okay, wonderful. So, thank you, brother. Let's start with the right. Best cure. We call this episode Best Cure to I guess reassure the youth, perhaps, that look, when you're going through a doubtful or questioning phase, which as all human beings do, that we want to remind them that Islam is the best cure. So how can you convince somebody who perhaps is born Muslim, perhaps, or even revert to Islam, and he now or she has some sort of doubts or is kind of questioning? They want answers to their questions. So how can you convince them that Islam is the best cure indeed for everything?
Yeah, okay. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا أما بعد. I testify that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the worthy of worship and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his messenger. And this subject is indeed a really good topic.
Thank you.
Basic care. And actually Islam is the divine nature, the divine nature of Islam. It makes it the only religion that offers a genuine solution to such problems, such as social unrest, political instabilities, homicides, killing, drug addiction, family breakup. And Islam is not only a religion but a complete code of life.
Yes.
And for example, if you take like drug addiction, or many people, they are drug addicted, or they're involved in alcoholism.
Yes. Because
they can find this kind of contentment in their hearts. And Islam is the only way of this contentment. And they're misusing, they're misusing the opportunities. Maybe they're thinking that Islam is not, maybe they're thinking they have a way to this contentment, not Islam. Yeah. And that which is wrong. Yes. You can get a person, maybe he's a drug addicted. Anyway, anytime that if he's sad, or anytime if he feels something in his heart, he will just take a drug, or maybe he will take an alcohol. For example, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, "Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub." Yeah, it's not "Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub." Those who believe, no. "Alladhina amanu wa tatma'innu qulubuhum bi dhikrillah." "Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub." Those who believe and their heart is rest when the remembrance of Allah. For verily the remembrance of Allah is the
where the hearts find tranquility, rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
This is good advice. I'm sorry to interrupt you, for people that are perhaps going through a drug addiction because they're looking to for peace or quiet, or they're looking for something that they can obtain. So when you bring this ayah, you're saying, look, in the remembrance of Allah is where the hearts find tranquility.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, let me interrupt you. We have a report that goes along with this, so let's take a look at the report, and I'll get right back to you, okay?
All right.
You guys, I want to take a look at this report, really reaffirming that Islam is the best cure for everything, you guys. So stay tuned to Let's Talk.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name.
Is there a purpose to our lives? Do we simply exist to make a living? Or were we meant for something greater? Something more meaningful? I looked everywhere for answers. And I found Islam. I started my journey. Have you started yours?
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name.
Welcome back to the talk, or that is Let's Talk, you guys. What do you think of that report? I thought it was very nicely. This man is showing his faith that, look, he found Islam. But what about those people that are going through a certain, some turbulence in their life, and they're looking for the answers in other places? You gave us the nice ayah that said, in the hearts, indeed, Allah, with the remembrance of Allah, the hearts find tranquility. So continue your thoughts, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, so many people that they are depressed, this kind of depression that many people are feeling, and they think there is the way that they can heal this depression, or there is the way that they can find a way of contentment, not Islam. Like, for example, like how Sheikh Abdurrahman, Dr. Muhammad Abdurrahman Al-Arifi was saying in Aish Saada, about one man, he's a rich man, but he can find this, he's rich, he do all the whatever he wants.
This is in his book, Happy
Yeah,
Life?
Aish Saada.
Which means happy life?
Yeah, happy life.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So he's talking about this man that he's very rich and he do whatever he wants, but he can't find this kind of contentment that he wants. So he many psychologists ask them and ask many doctors about this pain and this depression that is feeling in his heart, but he can't find no cure. So he once asked one scholar about this depression that he's feeling. So the scholar tell him that if you want to entertain your eye, what did you do? He say, I look to a nice view, or I look to a beautiful lady or something like that. And he said, okay, if you want to entertain your ears, what did you do? He said, I listen to slow music or something.
Sure.
So what about if you want to entertain your heart? What did you do? He said, I did nothing, So he said, okay, this is a solution. The only contentment of a heart is Islam. Nothing like is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala create one cure of this and one contentment of a heart is Islam. Recitation of Quran, zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the remembrance of Allah, Mujalas al-Salihin, which is sitting with the good people. So, and for example, like this, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the holy hadith, a man will come to a grave of his brother, not in respect of the deceased, not conveying thawab to him, but yatamarragu, he is intoned in the soil of the grave. And he was saying, Ya laytani kuntu makana hadha al-mayyit. Oh brother, I envy you. I wish I was the one buried in the grave and you on the top of the soil, because of this depression that he's feeling, and he can't find this contentment to his heart. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, come on, he's saying in his holy Quran, in his holy Quran, who ومن يعرض عن ذكري فإن له معيشة ضنكا. That whoever turn his back on my remembrance, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will turn his life a living hell. Feel this sa'ada, feel this happiness that the people with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala feel.
Thank you for bringing those interesting, excellent points.
Yeah, thank you.
Your thoughts, go ahead, brother, add to it.
Okay, definitely the solution for all the problems that people are going through is Islam. So whoever seeks a solution outside of Islam, definitely he is beating a dead horse. Because many people, especially in the West, we can see this, despite the so-called advanced nation, but the depression they are going through, they don't find cure for this. Why? Because they lack guidance, Quran. So you as Muslim, Quran is rich in many ahadith that relieve your mind, and Quran is relieved in many ayahs, and so is hadith. So whenever you feel any depression, you go back to the Quran, you will find whatever solution you are looking there. Definitely the ayah you mentioned, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا. Whoever turns away from my remembrance, as Allah said, definitely we will cause his life to be miserable. He will have a miserable or wretched life. So definitely Quran or Islam is the best cure for all the problem that we are going through. The problem that we are going through now is as a result of our deviation from the Quran. So if you come back to Quran and adopt it and practice it as it should, our problem will be solved now and forever.
Well, brother, when we say Islam is a solution, how can we be more specific? If you have a specific person who's saying, I'm depressed, I'm wavering in my faith, I need a cure for my unhappiness, what are some specific acts of worship that we can direct this person to do?
Okay.
Give him like a tool.
Okay, for example, like remembrance of Allah. Definitely, this heart, material things that we are looking, cannot make your heart content. Definitely, in the West we can see, people are committing suicide. So if you think that gaining wealth is the bad thing that can make your life pleasant, you are wrong. You are beaten around bush.
Yeah.
In Quran, only many dhikr that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam suggested. If you follow them and do them in the evening and in the morning, whenever you wake up, and also you have to know that whatever calamity befalls you is the will of Allah. Nothing will happen to you except that Allah has previous knowledge on it. So this also will relieve your mind to know that whatever things happen to you, whether good or bad, that Allah has created good things before your creation itself. So definitely,
comfort in the destiny, the decree of Allah.
Yeah, the decree of Allah.
Yeah, being comfortable with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and after the recitation of the Quran, like the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the riwayat al-Bayhaqi, he said, "La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah" is the cure of the 99 elements, the least of which is depression.
Subhanallah.
So by reciting this and by reciting this "La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah" and by reminding it every time and recitation of Quran, I think it will be a good way
and
to cure the depression.
Like,
yes, thank you, brother.
One of the scholars, for example, here, I think he is Imam Abu Hanifa. He was saying, "Wallahi law ya'lamuna ma kunna fihi min an-ni'am lajadaluna bisiyuf." So if those affluent people know what we are experiencing, what pleasure we get from this religion, like they would have fought us with their sword.
Subhanallah.
Yeah, because definitely this religion is very tasteful, you know.
Yeah, Barakallahu. Thank you, brothers. You guys stay tuned. We're going to go to our left in one moment. We're going to take a short break. Before we do that, you guys stay tuned for more Let's Talk, the best cure. Stay tuned.
How perfect my Allah is and I praise Him. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi. Subhanallahi. How perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. You're not giving it to him because he has black eyes or blue eyes. You're giving it to him because of his position. And that is why you're giving it to this particular department's head rather than giving it to the HR GM, for example. Nobody gives the HR GM anything because they don't want anything from him until they want a job. Therefore, this is the way you can judge whether it's a bribe or not. To get into a halal transaction, first of all, the bank or the financial institution should acquire and own this apartment before any commitment.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, I'm calling your name.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Let's Talk. We're talking about the best cure. And this, of course, is an episode dedicated to perhaps people, especially young people, going through a turbulent period in their life when they begin questioning and looking for answers that perhaps they think or they can't find. A depression sets in. We want to talk about what is the cure for all this. Brother Suleiman, introduce yourself to the viewers who haven't seen you on Let's Talk before, and tell us a little bit about how can we convince somebody who, perhaps a Muslim, who's going through a turbulent time in their life, how can we make them feel confident that Islam does have the solutions, and what are those solutions that Islam has to offer?
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Like as we know, it's only like Islam had like he's gonna return back and he's gonna forgive you. Basically, like in the youth right now, they have like some problem. Like most of problems, most of them, like they're gonna do like some things, go chilling and go do some bad things, you know. But they're just gonna think like, if like you do like many things of zunub, you're gonna think God not gonna forgive you, you know?
Right.
Because like you're just gonna feel like in your heart, I'm not happy, or because you're gonna feel like tight. And then so God, like it's only like Islam, like you're gonna come back and you're gonna say like, God forgive me, and then He expects He's gonna give you. You have to come make tawbah, because He's the one who's gonna like Innahu al-Ghafurur Rahim, the one who's gonna forgive him,
Right.
So like, or some of them like they're gonna say if I go to like nightclub and drink do some things, I'm not gonna come back or pray because like the prayer say like there's a ayah to say يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تقربوا الصلاة وأنتم سكارى. Some of them, if they hear that, they're going to think because I'm
right.
like if I'm zunub, because like there's another like dalil to say like if someone drink alcoholic 40 days, like is not going to expect if he do something good, but God to say even if you mistake, return, you have to return back and I'm going to forgive you.
Yes.
Because He's the only one who's going to forgive us. You see.
Right.
So innahu al-ghafur rahim, and then He's not going to come and just like He's going to stay there and don't worry, just come back and God's going to give you, because if you want to make your heart happy, you have to come. Don't like try you to make it. Don't try your heart's going to push you.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
Sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
if you try like your heart is pushing you to do something, go in here, you to have to force to come back and to ask God, please God, forgive me too, alhamdulillah, like.
Brother, do most of the youth in your country, do you find them that they are secure and confident and they are practicing Muslims, or are they kind of in this kind of confusion as we see it around the world? We are suffering from kind of a Western cultural invasion. So we see the Western world and we begin to question our Islam as if Islam is backward and Islam doesn't have the answers, and they begin to gravitate towards a Western culture and Western beliefs. Is that happening in Guinea-Conakry also, or no?
Yeah, some, like there's just some youth who like they're not gonna pray like on the time, or some things like if they call the prayer, just like sometimes they just keep playing. Some of them they're just playing PlayStation or
Right.
something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So they do have these problems as well.
Yeah, we have like that kind of problems there.
Yeah.
But now, alhamdulillah, some of them now, because like it's look like if I'm not busy too, because like if like the family taking care about his kids, because you have to make like schedule.
Yeah.
If like your family or your father like they know about Islam, alhamdulillah, some of them they're gonna like when the kids come at school, like in the afternoon, they're gonna like after 1 hour he's gonna take a rest. There's a like a markaz tahfiz Quran.
Right.
They're gonna send him there. They're gonna write his name there,
Right.
and to do not like waste his time,
Yeah.
before like going to do something. There.
Yeah.
And then because now you see,
Keep him busy.
yeah,
Or
keep
her
him busy. Now he's not gonna.
Yeah, go straight.
Yeah.
Before we get to the recommend, we're going to take a quick look at a report, you guys, put together by their brothers upstairs. May Allah bless them, really regarding this subject. So stay tuned to Let's Talk. We will be right back after this report.
Partner with Allah, Allah, I'm calling your name.
Let me start by saying this. This religion came to establish certain goal. We call them ultimate goal of Sharia, of the Sharia law. One of this ultimate goal of the Sharia I want to establish on earth is to make people happy. So that's one of the purpose of revealing this book, of sending the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and basically all this teaching, one of the goal is to make people happy, not only in this worldly life, and also in the hereafter as well. So happiness is one of the goals of Islam, one of the goals of Islam. And it encourages us to be happy and teach us how to be happy, how to overcome these challenges in life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us that when He created us, في أي صورة ما شاء ركبك. Allah have put you together. The scholar interpreted this word, put you together. He said, because you are certain parts of your body been put together, and also certain emotions been put together. Sometimes you're high, sometimes you're low, sometimes you are happy, sometimes you make it sad, sometimes nervous, something calm, and all these been put together. So all this psychological issues that we go through and physical issues that we also notice in our body, the changes, all been put together, and to make that sophisticated creation, which is human being. So Allah knows us more than anybody else. He's the one who created us, who has put us together, made us. And also He told us that this life will contain a lot of different situations, different challenges that meet us. And He told us how to deal with it. But the point is that if you follow what He teach, if you follow the guidelines that he gave you, he guarantee you happiness.
Guarantee.
For this worldly life and the hereafter.
So not just the hereafter, but this life
This
also.
life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, those who believe in me and will offer good deeds, فَلَنُحْيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبًا. And he said like this, any male or female, usually he said anyone, but he emphasized on all of humanities, regardless of their gender, male or female, that they will believe, they have faith in me, and they will offer good deeds, فَلَنُحْيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبًا. So he said, I will let them live good life, happy life in this worldly life. Then I will reward them in the hereafter with the greatest reward, which is paradise. So this verse telling us there's two rewards. One, this worldly life by living a very good, happy life. And also in the hereafter by entering paradise. So the reward of the good deeds of your submission to your Lord, will find it here, the tranquility, the serenity, the happiness, the trust that you have in your heart. It will not bring anything less than happiness to your life.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. I certainly hope you enjoyed that clip from Eddie, the Dean Show, and his respected guest. I do remember, brothers, watching the Dean Show before and after I accepted Islam, and it really was a major reason why I understood that Islam is the cure for everything, because Eddie had so many great guests, and they were speaking about these subjects, and there was many people like Sheikh Ibrahim Zidane, and may Allah bless him and the host of that show, because they bring a lot of special guests that reaffirm this and bringing many Quran and Hadith and really showing how Islam is comprehensive, you know, and it does have the answer for everything. So, Brother Abdul Rahman, you are now in Azhar University, living in a predominantly Muslim country in the middle of the Muslim world, but still I think we do find many youth who are gravitating away from Islam, you know, and kind of a natural curiosity perhaps, and they are being tempted by the Western way of life, and so they begin to, like, you know, teeter a little bit in their faith. How can you, and they look at all the problems perhaps in various countries that they come from, and they say all these problems are because of Islam. When we look at the Western countries, they operate more smoothly, so maybe it's our Islam that's a problem. You know, I would be loud, but this is what some people think. So how can you convince these type of people that Islam does have the cure for everything and the answer?
Okay, so always when I talk about Islam to somebody is not convinced with Islam, I'm just trying to get an attempt for a person had the journey before. I like the first report talking about journey, life journey to Islam. I like that because we have here two examples. The two examples are better than themselves, because we have Dr. Idris Tawfiq, if you know him, and Mustafa Mahmoud, the scientist. Dr. Idris Tawfiq was a monk in the Vatican Church. And what happened? He's a Muslim now. Yeah, he embraced Islam. Yes, because of what? Because of a little kid, a little Muslim kid. He found the perfection. He found the thing he was looking for in his journey, in his life journey in Islam. And this little boy and the kid. And the other example is the scientist Mustafa Ahmad. Do you have time, or
no,
we need to get a break?
No, take your time.
Okay, so
I'm enjoying the conversation.
Yeah, Dr. Mustafa Ahmad, what did he do? He left Islam, and he was looking for the right religion. He got Jewish, he got Christian, and he just studied the Bible. He
was born Muslim?
Yes, he was born Muslim.
Okay.
And after Islam, he was looking for the right religion, so he decided just to be Jewish and then Christian, and then without religions. And what happened after all of those years, 40 years looking for the right religion, and after that, he got Muslim back, and he said, this is the true and perfect religion for any human just to be happy.
And what was the breaking point? What was the convincing thing?
For everything I was just making comparisons between the Bible and Holy Quran, all the religions in Islam, the deeds in Islam and the other religions, everything, how to deal with your Creator. If you're gonna worship one God or three gods, for example, or whatever.
Yeah.
All of those things was like the turning point to Islam again. After 40 years looking for the right religion, he's getting back to Islam. The same Dr. Idris Tawfiq was just found the perfection and the happy life in the little kid.
Yes,
a little Muslim kid, when he was referring everything in his life to God. when Dr. Idris Tawfiq asked him, how are you? And was very little kid, and he answered, very little poor kid. And he answered, Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
And when he saw Dr. Idris Tawfiq, he told him, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So he was just asking and wondering about this religion that refers everything back to Allah. And who is Allah? He was just asking while he was here in Egypt, and after this he got back to England and he praised Islam, and everybody was very happy to him, and he cried, and it was like touchy story, and I recommend everybody just to know about this story and about Mustafa Mahmoud's story. This is the proof for everybody. Just everybody's not convinced about Islam, just know about those people. They had the journey before, the life journey and the attempt just to look for the right religion. Look at those people and just try and know about this story.
Thank you, brother. I want to ask you now, say you have a person, Muslim or not, or let's focus on the Muslim person who's born Muslim or reverted to Islam, but now he has doubts. He's looking for the cure to his depression or to his problems, okay? Which in the modern world, we all facing lots of challenges, man. So now, can you give me some specific acts of worship that you can recommend to do to people to, just in general, they can adapt these acts of worship every day to, uplift their hearts, their morale, their faith?
Yeah, sure. I would just ask him to do one thing. I would just ask him to give me something in this life on earth that Holy Quran and Hadith and Islam didn't have it before. They didn't discuss it. Any topic, any problem, anything, even the details of the lives, Prophet taught us to do in our life.
Give us some examples of those. Like, what are some things that the Prophet and Allah told us to do on a daily basis that can help us build up our iman and be a cure or a preventative measure against depression? What are some things we can do?
To recommend people to do?
Yeah.
These? Pray. I will just ask him, you don't pray right now, for example, and you don't worship your God or Allah. Okay, so I just want you just to sit down with yourself alone and just to analyze your personality, to analyze your life. Are you happy? If you're not happy, why are you not? Why aren't you happy? Maybe you have everything, but you're not happy.
Right.
Okay? So next week, just try to pray every prayer. Right. Never let in a prayer. Never let anything. Just try to be with God. Just try to go to the mosque and pray in your time. And this is it. And then sit alone and make the same analysis. Analyze your personality, analyze your life, and see if you're happy or not. You will find a very, very wide differences in his life. This is what we're talking about, the real happiness.
Satisfaction.
What is the journey about? What is the life journey about? We're looking for what? Happiness. Everybody's looking for happiness. This is it.
Of course.
So this is the happiness. I'm going to prove it to him by finding the happiness. If he found the happiness, he will know that's the right religion, and this is the right thing to do, and the right way of life.
And even it makes me smile. Thank you, brother. In the American Constitution, they write everybody has the right to something in the pursuit of happiness. But that's great. But at the end of the day, we know that only this can be found through Islam. So my question is for you, brother. Then, if someone is a Muslim, okay, or not Muslim, he or she's depressed, and of course and they're not praying, like the brother said, perhaps, and they're not making dhikr, they're not doing these things. So of course, if you're disconnected from Allah, if you don't have a relationship with your Creator, then you can never really have happiness. I mean, do you agree with that? Can you expect to be happy if you don't have a relationship with Allah?
Yeah, no, I strongly disagree with that. You can be happy if you don't have any good relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Islam is like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created everything, and has created everything that will make it happy. So, for example, Islam is something that the only thing that makes the only thing that make a heart happy. For example, someone was asked, how did you say that Islam is the only thing that make a heart happy? He said, okay, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created a human being only for the purpose of this religion. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create a mankind or a jinn except to worship me. And this and we are living in this living that we are living. Islam is the only right religion for you to, for example, you can use, like the man is saying, you can use a pen and you can use a pen. You can put a pen on your leg and say you walk with it, right?
Right.
Because a pen is what meant to read. It's meant to write with it, not to walk with it. If you need to walk, then you need to wear shoes.
Right, right, yeah.
So you can't. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has created you for only one service, for you to worship Him. And this worshiping, if you need to know more about how to worship Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, you cannot find it in any other religion but Islam. So if you use this body that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala created for you, for other religions, not Islam, you will definitely feel depressed, and you definitely live a life of hardship, and you can never find this contentment that you are seeking for.
Yeah, thank you.
So Islam is the only way of this contentment and only way for the satisfaction that your heart was created to look for.
Yeah, thank you, brother. It's like you're living in a vacuum. I couldn't imagine how it feels now to having been non-Muslim and Muslim. It's like being hollow. It's different.
Yeah, and for example, some Muslims they are taking this for this depression. They are taking an antidepressant pills, which this antidepressant pill is not a way of curing this depression, because it's like you went to a mechanic and you said, hey, my car is getting this kind of weird sun. Weird sun is coming out from my car. Yeah. So the mechanic will just look at the car and say, oh, I can't trust the problem, but I will give you advice. If you're just working, if you don't want this thing to disturb you, just turn off your radio a bit louder.
Right.
So this is not a cure. This is not a cure. It can just make a thing to be sober. Not a cure. And Islam is the only cure of depression and this kind of things the hardship that people are living in.
Thank you, Brother. We're going to take a quick break, you guys. We'll be right back. You guys stay tuned for more Let's Talk. We will be right back after this short break. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
My life and I praise. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah. How perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa
Welcome back to Let's Talk. I hope you are benefiting from this episode, The Best Cure. We are just reconfirming that Islam is the cure for everything. I know these days there is quite a number of people suffering from the challenges that life faces, and this perhaps sometimes affects their level of faith, and it drops down, and they become questioning Islam really. So we want to really reevaluate that and talk about and reconfirm that Islam does have the solution to everything, and all these tools have been given to us by Allah in the Quran and to the Sunnah of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Brother, what about this? Let's go to Brother Nadif, okay? What about some people, and I know people like this, I'm sure you do too, they have a lot of things going on in this worldly life. They have a lot of money, everything's going well, they have nice clothes, they have, boyfriends and girlfriends and music and a nice car, and they say, you know what, I'm really happy. I'm happier than you are. I don't need any Islam or any religion because I'm really, really happy, and I don't think you are actually happy. And this, I've heard people, I've seen this, where I come from in California. So what do you think, brother? What can we say to these people?
Okay. To the casual observer, they seem to be true.
Yeah, that's right.
the very fact of the matter is, because the true happiness is the happiness of heart. How many people over there who are rich, the richest people in the world, but they ended up suicide. Yeah. They kill themselves. Sure. They decided to choose their own lives. Because,
it's just the surface. Just the surface. So it looks like, oh man, but then you realize it's shallow.
Definitely, because of the deviation of the Quran and Islam in general. Even now, the difficulty that the Muslim community is going through. Some people say, yeah, look over, you're saying that Islam is the best cure, but even Muslim community also is suffering from all this kind of dilemma. Yeah. This is a result of our deviation of the Quran and Sunnah.
Yeah.
Islam and Sharia was implemented before, and Sahaba, Ridwanullah, and the companion of the Prophet ﷺ lived their life to their satisfaction.
Yes.
No, they didn't have much means, but because they stronghold this religion, so they find their contentment. They found everything they wanted in life.
Yeah.
So we too, we have to seek istighfar, to turn back to our Lord before you turn to Allah. They say, turn to Allah before you return to Allah, before you turn to Allah before you return to Allah.
Yeah.
Definitely. A man came to Hassan al-Basri, the first man came to Hassan al-Basri and asked him, oh, I was so depressed. What should you subscribe for me? Hassan al-Basri said, yeah, go and istighfar a lot. Another man came in financial difficulty, said, go and do istighfar. Another man came, wallahi, we are in drought, our plant is drying, said, go and seek Allah's forgiveness. And the people around him asked him, how? Different individuals came to you asking you about different problems, but you found them to one solution. He said, yeah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, فَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَارًا يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا وَيَمْدِدُكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ جَنَّاتٍ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ أَنْهَارًا. Yeah, in the Quran, Allah say, seek Allah's forgiveness, for Allah is the forgiver. So He increase in your wealth and also in your children and whatever you want in life. Definitely, as Prophet ﷺ said, مَنْ لَزِمَ الْإِسْتِغْفَارِ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لَهُ مِنْ كُلِّ ضِيقٍ مَخْرَجًا وَمِنْ كُلِّ هَمٍ فَرْجًا. Whoever stick to istighfar, Allah will make him to find a way out for every problem that he's going through.
Yeah,
definitely.
Thank you,
this is the big cure. We have to return to Allah. We are in great need of implementing Islam in our life so that our problem will be solved accordingly.
Thank you, brother. And before I go to my left, I just wanted to mention real quickly about this superficial life that you see people, wealthy people, really happy and they look like they're really happy. If you look at Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Charles Barkley, you're not to name names, but let's talk about it. All these guys, these rappers, Jay-Z, Nas, all these guys, at some point Allah humiliated them and brought them down. Michael Jordan gambling, cheating on his wife. Kobe Bryant cheating on his wife. Charles Barkley, he had said rude things about not being a role model. You look at Junior Seau. He was a really wealthy football player in San Diego. He was like a football star, a Pro Bowler. Everybody loved him. He lived in a mansion. His family found him. He shot himself in the head with a suicide note. Now, we don't want to say anything bad about him and his family, but I'm just making a point that he was living in San Diego, California, and a football player and a star, and he committed suicide. So obviously, this superficial life isn't the means to happiness. So I like what you said, brother. Best cure, making the stock for the excellent point. What about you, brother? What points can you say to the youth of Guinea Conakry who are also going to the clubs and they're depressed, so they're looking towards music and boyfriends and girlfriends, and they're getting farther and farther away? So how can you pull them back?
I'm just gonna tell them, because some of them, even you can see that some of them, when they become old, they were used to do something bad, so they are now to be ashamed to be asked someone how to return back to Allah and to forgive me. They don't know, but now they are ashamed, because if I become old, so you're gonna be old man like this, he was used to do this and he don't know how to return it back to fix it. It's gonna be no, there's not that in Islam. Everyone could mistake, So even some people too. So just don't be shy or ashamed. You have to come. Even there's 3 guys too. They come to the Prophet, there was think they are doing good, one of them say I'm gonna pray
all night, fast,
all the night,
not sleeping with women.
One of them gonna say I'm gonna fast, and one of them say I'm not gonna marry it. I'm just gonna keep. No, you can do everything what you want. Not only praying or fasting. That's not. You have to do many things, because it's fault to you to, if you have a family, you have to go to the work to get for the kid or the kid what they're gonna eat.
Right.
So you have to like, you can do like
Balance.
ibadah and do some things too.
Yeah, you can live a balanced
Yeah,
life.
you see?
You can, yeah.
And then that's what's gonna help you to make your heart like happy. Because like if like always like you are like praying and just ibadah, maybe your kid's gonna come like it's gonna disturb you. Say, Father, I need this and this. So if like just like disturbing, maybe you're gonna be angry and beat him. So if you beat him or do something, you're not gonna think about it. You see?
Right, right.
So now maybe it's gonna make you hard because like everybody like his kids, you know.
Yeah,
Everybody
sure.
love her family and like this. So you have to be careful. Don't be. I'm just gonna tell the youth to do not be shy, and come return back and ask the people who is no.
Yeah, don't be too proud. Be humble. Humble down. Yeah, great point. Brother, what can we say about people, you know, sometimes they put you in two extremes, especially if you have a beard. Okay, you either have to be like the super strict, you know, religious guy, you know, practically like a monk, you know, perfect person, or you're on the other side and you get to enjoy life. So where's the balance between, I mean, can't you be a young person and have fun and have friends and be cool and be popular, but also follow the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ and be a good person and stay away from the bad stuff? Are they incompatible or are they compatible?
No, we should be balanced. I remember a story. I don't remember the hadith or the story as the Prophet said it. I remember that there's a man who was like fasting and praying. And
Yeah, I think one man came and said, I will fast every day. One man said, I will not sleep with my wife.
No, that story was like a man is fasting every day and is praying all night. And a day, as his wife complained to the Prophet, peace be upon him, or Sayyid Aisha, radiallahu anha, and she told her that he's praying all the night and he's fasting all the day. So, Sayyid Aisha was asking her, why don't you look good?
Yeah,
why don't you care about yourself and about your look? She told her that her husband is praying all the night and he's fasting all the day. So what am I supposed to just care for myself or for my look? Sayyid Aisha told Rasul, peace be upon him, ﷺ, and the Prophet went him and just advised him, and he advised him just to give everything its right. Do you have time?
Of course,
continue. Yes, he advised him just to give everything its right. And this is the proof that we need just to make a balance in our life. We just need to worship Allah, sure, but we need just to have fun and to have friends and to have wives and just to give them the right in the life. And that's it. You cannot go on just one way in your life. You have like 7 values in your life. You just need to give everything its right, and it is religion, the spiritual value, you have like the social value, you have the fit and
physical fitness,
exercise.
The
physical fitness, you have the family value, you have the investment and the career. And that's it.
Of course, you have your organization, you're part of Spread Your Skills.
Yes.
So you're a group of practicing Muslims, young kids, and you have activities and you do stuff and you have fun.
Yes, and this is the right companion or the good companion. That you have friends, they are helping you to do something good for the society, for the religion. We're trying to help the students. If you're alone, maybe sometime you'll be let down, you'll be upset. You don't like to help the students right now. I'm just tired of that. I'm doing this and I don't see any results. But when you have a team, we have friends, the friends are working with you and they are trying to help you and support you just to help the students or to do this good thing. Social activities and the religious activity with the team is different because they are supporting you and they are pushing you to do this and this and this. This is what we're doing SYS. I was telling them yesterday, honestly, I was telling them, guys, you're like soldiers. You're like soldiers, you're supporting each other and you got each other backs. You get each other back, so you are covering each other's. Anyone who was doing his mission or who was doing his task and he just didn't do just a little thing, you'll find another one is covering him. And this is it, the right companion and the good companions and the good friends.
Thank you, brother. And thank you for your points. And I really want to go back over here, brother. You had mentioned about depression, antidepressant pills and all this. We had did a program with Sheikh Ibrahim Zidan. It was really nice, alhamdulillah. The Sheikh bring a lot of good points, and we had talked about stats in certain countries, you know, the 25 most depressed countries and antidepressants and all this stuff. So it's important to realize somebody may have a clinical depression, so we don't want to belittle them. But the point we want to make is, look, seek out medical treatment, okay, but the point is, don't abandon the spirituality, because Allah inshallah ta'ala is the one who is going to heal you anyways. So you want to focus on, you want to seek medical treatment, but at the same time you have to, like you said, go through the means that Allah has given us, use the tools, like you said, the istighfar and stuff like that. I mean, do you agree with that? It's important to seek the medical treatment if you're sick, but at the same time Allah is the healer, so we have to use the tools that He gave us as well.
You have to use the tools that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us. So because you cannot say you are sick and you just sleep on your bed and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cure you, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying I can help, is like I can help someone that can help himself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will only help you if you help yourself. And if you, for example, if you're sick and you have to go and look for medicine, so subhanallah, but you not have to, just sick. You not have to stick your faith with this medicine.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, that is the point.
Yeah.
You have to believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even if you take this medicine, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one that will cure you, not the medicine that you're taking.
Right.
So I think that's that. And for example. And so Islam really, it's a very huge thing, and not only depression. Islam is like I told before, is the complete code of life.
Yes.
Not even depression. Like for example, the homosexuality that people are doing.
Yes. Yeah.
If someone is Muslim and he have his wife, he can fall into all these kind of things.
Yeah.
Because marriage, that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created marriage.
Yeah.
Because the problems of adultery, homosexuality. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He created many things because of many of these problems, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have already known the problems, and you can find this cure, the cure of all these problems except in Islam. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have tell His Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam all the cure to this problem, like the little book, the Hisnul Muslim.
Yes.
You can find all the dua, you can find all the cure Muslim needs in this book. And it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that taught His messenger how all these cures.
Thank you.
If you're not Muslim, you can know about all these cures at all.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, guys, for your time. I certainly hope this program is beneficial for the viewers. I look forward to seeing you guys on another episode, inshallah, in the future. You guys at home, thank you for watching Let's Talk. Thank you for continuing to support Huda TV. Please don't forget to check us out on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and give me an email at talk@huda.tv. You guys know what time it is. It's time for another program. So keep us in your dua, of course. And until next time, I leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Perfect, my Allah is and I praise Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah, how perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah. I need you. Allahu Akbar. Allah, your mercy is great.